Hello, visionaries, and welcome to today's live stream on aliens, entities, and we are doing our raffle drawing for a free ticket to our Rave Cosmology workshop. And of course, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that workshop. But first, I want to introduce to you this concept of aliens and entities. I think most of you in this community believe or have had experiences of some kind of the metaphysical, of the unseen forces, and many of you already connect to your guides. You may not have known that this is actually a large piece of the human design puzzle that is very, very rarely talked about. And today, this might separate those of you who are very woo and less woo, and those people who are interested in the multi dimensions, in the unseen forces, who are interested in understanding how your guides operate. That's what today's live stream is all about. So if you are here live, please let me know in the comments and say hello where you are tuning in from. If you are watching the replay, I would hope that you would go ahead and type in hashtag replay so that I can thank you and welcome you into the community. And then for everybody who is jumping in, what I would love for you to do is let me know with a yes or a no if you have had some, and because we're talking, let's start with aliens. So we're going to start with aliens first, yes or no. And then if you're on the replay, just put aliens, yes or no. If you've had some type of experience, personal experience with aliens. The next question we're going to ask is entities. Like if you've had some type of experience with entities, yes or no. So, hello, Lucille. Hello, Kelly. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Chow. Hey, Chow. Derek Goddess. Thank you. All right. So, I also want to tell you guys about the raffle. We have already chosen the raffle winner, okay? But I want to tell you that we're going to do one more drawing before the workshop, and I want to tell you, Lorena, oh my God, it's been way too long. I'm so happy to see you. You made it live. Yeah. So happy to see you. Okay. So the drawing, what we did, and we're going to continue this on until next week. We're going to do one more free ticket. The drawing came about for those people that were like, I have to be part of the Rave Cosmology. Is there anything I can do to support you and kind of get, into maybe having a free ticket? So what I decided to do is for everybody who invited a friend, hold on. For everybody who invited a friend into our Facebook group, we gave you one ticket. For everybody whose friend joined, we gave you 2 tickets. And then if you had multiple invitations or multiple people joining, we did tickets for however many people you had joined. So you can still enter the drawing. And one of the ways you can do it is if you are not on Facebook, but you're on Instagram, you can share this video. I believe you're allowed to share or tag somebody that you know in this video. Okay. Hi, Terrell. Oh my God. Okay. So I want to talk about today's topic and let you know that I'm going to make you wait just a little bit before I give you the winner of the drawing. It's a reunion in here. I know, it's so exciting. And I want to thank you for those of you who are on Instagram. Say hi, please. If you're on Instagram, I would love to see if I can actually see comments on there, because somehow I did figure out how to go live, but it's hard for me to see both the comments. So if you're just jumping in, today's content is about the aliens and the entities. So I would like for you to go ahead, and if you have had an experience with aliens, put a 1 in the chat. Sorry, what did I say? Type in aliens with a yes. Aliens with a yes. Have you had an experience with aliens and at all? Hello, Nancy. Hey, Andrea. Glad you made it. Okay, aliens, yes or no? I believe I am on YouTube also. Yeah. Aliens or entities? Have you had any personal experiences with that? That is the topic for today. Aliens, yes. Okay, thank you, Terrell. Hey, Candace, you made it. Woohoo! Awesome. Okay. Both. Ooh, I can't wait to hear all your stories. I know a lot of you that are here are already signed up for the workshop, so I'm pretty excited about that. The workshop is May 11th, where I'm going to go very, very deep into this topic. And it's going to be a 3-hour workshop. I do want to also let you know that you can still grab your ticket for that. We are going to, the price is going up to $197. So if you are like, I have to do this, it's only $97. You can still grab your tickets. And as we're talking about this, if you guys want to jump in, I'm going to actually put the links in the chat. But I am going to, what was I going to say? If you want the discount, but you win the free entry ticket to the workshop, we are still going to give you a $97 gift certificate to anything you want in the store. If the price goes up to $197, which it is going to do in the next day or so, the next raffle we do next week, it's going up. You will get the $197 gift certificate to the store. So your value is going up. Okay. So aliens, yes or no? Entities, yes or no? Or both, if you've had an experience with both. So today, what I'm going to talk about is this concept of the aliens being connected to the oh my God, I just forgot the word. The aliens being connected to the okay, you guys are going to have to help me out here. So the masters, there's a word for it. The sorry, like Jesus, Buddha, the masters, the high masters, right? Why did the word just leave my mind? You guys are gonna have to help me. I know somebody knows the words. It's like the Godheads. No. Ascended Masters. Thank you, Andrea. All right, you guys. Andrea's getting the woohoos right now. Thank you so much. The Ascended Masters. Thank you, Nikki. The Ascended Masters. Okay. Sorry, you guys. So, have you heard this before? Have you heard about the Ascended Masters being lined with the aliens? So I recently watched an entire series on a a Bible literary translator who would translate the original source code of the Bible. And he said that he was like a Catholic minister, priest, and he basically came out of the religion afterwards because of all of the information when it was translated directly from the original Hebrew language. And he was able to translate it to the point where Jesus was seen as an alien, as a being from other dimensions. And there were so many references to beings coming through ships and through multidimensional um vehicles. And in that language, when you have a literary master who can translate directly, because over the years obviously translation has been lost. So the ascended masters, thank you. And Ra Uruhu actually talks about the aliens as aligned with the ascended masters as well. Now, when we're talking about Rave Cosmology, we're talking about 6 different guides that come through your human design chart in various different stages and various different levels to help humanity, to move humanity forward because of our limited ability to understand information in these vehicles. And so we know that Ra Uru was downloaded with what he called the voice, which was an entity. He explained that the ascended masters were more aligned with the aliens. Do you agree? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Do you agree? Yes or no? Let's see. Okay, so it looks like people are jumping on as well on Instagram and jumping off. So say hello if you jump on. Hello, oh my God, Latin Beba. Yay! Okay, I got a few people on Instagram. Woo! Life is exciting. The little things in life are very exciting. Okay, so let me know. Do you have a somewhat ability to, or have you heard of the ascended masters aligning with aliens? Yes or no? Okay, so I talk often about living with a spiritual master. Oh, hello, Bijou woke up. All right, Bijou, go down there. Living with a enlightened teacher for 2 years. Today, I want to talk about this notion of the ascended masters with the aliens. The aliens and all of your guides are going to be talked about in the Rave Cosmology workshop on May 11th. I hope you are all coming. I know a lot of you who are here are coming. So the aliens are aligned with the motivation of innocence. And it makes sense when you think of innocence with the ascended masters, because the 6 is often the one that has evolved out of the hexagram and is looking on to the next. And when we talk about the ascended masters and we talk about these spiritual transcended beings that have come down to support humanity, it makes sense that this would align with the aliens. And so Ra Urutu talks about the aliens with this frequency. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about my spiritual master teacher that I studied with. Her awakening. Her awakening came from an ascended master, not Jesus himself, but from Saint Francis of Assisi. So she was a professor at the university she was living in Australia at the time. And St. Francis of Assisi appeared to her in physical form. And she thought she was having a mental breakdown, and she went to the psychiatrist, and she's like, I'm having this mental breakdown. Basically, she's like, what's happening to me? I had this being appear, said it was St. Francis of Assisi. And thank God the psychologist at the time was able to recognize that it was a spiritual awakening of sorts. It was a spiritual experience. Because of this, she was able to say yes next time he appeared and receive some of the downloads and the information that he was providing for her. This is in what human design would call an encounter. Now, her encounter lasted for 2 years, where he trained her in physical form. He asked her to move out of her house into her backyard, into a tent, because the frequency of the house wasn't aligned for him to come through. And so she, for 2 years, had lived outside on her land as St. Francis of Assisi downloaded information to her. And then after the 2 years, he said, you have a 2-hour window to pack your bag and walk out into your new life. You can't ask questions. I can't tell you what's going to happen. You have a 2-hour window. And so now, before this, there's one other point that I think is really interesting. Before this happened, before he was able to download the information, he said to her, you need to heal the drama karma, and you need to come clean with the drama karma. And what that meant was she had her son with another man that was not her husband, and nobody knew. Her son didn't know, her husband didn't know. I believe the man knew, but the family didn't know. So this was a huge drama karma, where she couldn't move on and receive the download unless she cleared and healed all of this. So she had to come out, tell the son, tell the family, basically blow up her life. And then she was led to receive the information. And so the point to that is, when you do the Rave Cosmology workshop, there is going to be time where you're going to have to heal and clear in order for a lot of the downloads to come through. So for those of you who are doing the Rave Cosmology workshop, this is an opportunity. Whatever you feel like you need to come clean about, or anything that's real drama karma that you want to clear, now's the time to do it. So he gave her a 2-hour window to leave the house, the family, and everyone, and said, this is your purpose. This is your what you signed up for before you were born, to have this contract with me. And we're going to work together, but I am not going to be in physical form anymore. I'm going to be in a form that you can connect with metaphysically. So she could hear him directly, but she couldn't see him after the 2 years. So she packed one single bag, and she had like no money, or a couple $100 in her pocket, and walked out. And I was like, oh my God, what did you do then? And she said she walked and sat on a bench in the park, very similar to Eckhart Tolle. She went and sat on a bench in a park, and she was like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What's going to happen to me next? And they said, wait. So talk about alignment with human design. Wait to respond. Wait. I didn't even, when I knew her, I didn't know anything about human design. So I don't know anything about her design. But she waited. And then some man sat down, and she had really no idea of what she was going to do next. And so the man sat down and she started telling her story. I was, worked with Saint Francis of Assisi. This is what he taught me. This is what's happening. This is my purpose. And he said, I have a 2-hour window. I have no idea why I'm here. And mind you, she was asked to move away from her family and her husband, and her son and everyone, in order to fulfill her mission. And the man said, this is so profound. It's important for you to come with me. I'm going to put you up in my home. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to let you get your message out. So, I mean, it happened. She went to his home and he started recording her speaking. And this was back on cassettes. And people started spreading her cassette tapes all over the world. So she would then be invited to speak. Please speak here, please speak there. And so then she never got anything more than this little suitcase, and were wanting to hear her speak. So when I lived with her, she was just traveling from place to place to place wherever she was needed. And one of the places where she traveled to was my spiritual teacher at the time. He had his home, and it was a spiritual frequency that she could go to. So when she arrived, the phone did not stop ringing. And this is when you had landlines. So she walked in the door, people from all over the world knew to call her, and just the phone was off the hooks. And so I was the person who was, setting up her appointments, and I was just in service to what she needed. And she didn't charge for her work. So if people wanted appointments, she would say yes, no, based on their vibration and their frequency. So this frequency that she was holding and she was working with was like you walked into a room and someone unzipped your soul and your whole body opened up and you stood up in front of the high council. You stood with the high ascended masters, and you were in a place of enlightenment in that frequency. It was life changing for every single person who came in contact with her. The experiences I had were so beyond this world. The level of information I received, I did have an out-of-body experience where I did get to see Saint Francis of Assisi, who was now not in physical form, but was with her all the time. And the level of information I received was the level of transformations I had. So, like I said in the beginning of this session today, this is really going to be for those of you who have had crazy experiences, who have not known how to classify these experiences, and who are ready to understand how in the world this fits in with human design. Because I will tell you a couple of things. There were people that came from all over the world to listen to this woman speak. One of the people was someone who was in the neighborhood, a friend of her son, who witnessed when she was living in the tent. And he said he could see miracles. Like some days there was like thousands of butterflies swarming around the tent. He could walk by the house and see miracles. And he came to search for her from Australia, looking for her. And when he worked with her, she put him in such a high state of frequency that he believed that he was the second coming of Jesus Christ. And I remember listening to him thinking, I'm a little worried. about that thought. And for some reason, because of my innocence motivation, I always was able to see when people were um, having distortion, because innocence is like kind of the little kid in The Emperor Wears No Clothes, when it's like, what the heck? That guy has no clothes on, right? So this young person, he was 20 at the time, was misinterpreting the vibration and the frequency. Because it was so high vibration, the frequency was so intense, it took a level of awareness and consciousness to be able to interpret the frequency right. Now, this is just one example of my innocence and my witness watching the misinterpretation. Now, I didn't even know human design at this time. And this took me a full decade to process what happened with her. And when I would go to my master's degree in spiritual psychology and tell people what happened, people were like, "What? Like this?" And I'm like, "I swear to God, all of these things happened with this woman." And, it was hard for people to process. And I realized at this time that my experience with her was not normal. It was a black swan sighting. And it was an experience of watching someone completely have transcended this earth plane. An enlightened master who was not tempted to sleep with her students, she was not a predator in any kind. She did not misuse her power, and she was totally like in integrity with the money. And that is so rare. It is so rare. Now, when I talked about the person who misinterpreted the information, he ended up in a mental hospital. He could not handle the vibration and the frequency that she was putting out. And he lost track of what was going on. And so when we're talking about these frequencies, many people have had alien encounters that have sent them into different types of traumas. Many people have had spiritual encounters that have sent them into different types of spiritual crisis of some kind, confusion, chaos. I've seen this happen in so many different forms. I'm bringing up one form just to instill the importance of human design. Now, I know with human design, we really want to talk about the projectors, the manifesting generators, the centers, and all the things. But for those of you who love human design and know that you have had experiences that are something you can't explain, the Rave Cosmology piece helps us put all of these spiritual experiences into a container that you can decipher, you can make sense of. And so, this is what's really exciting for me about this next level of Rave Cosmology. Now, I want to talk about my raffle. What we have done is there's a lot of people here, a lot of people that are not here, I should say, that are entered into the raffle. If you do not win the raffle, this drawing, I am going to put all of the names into the raffle for one more drawing before the workshop starts. So the workshop is May 11th. So we have one more drawing I'm going to do before then. Okay. Now, for those of you who are like, forget about the drawing, I'm ready to sign up, I want to do the workshop. I'm trying to think of an extra bonus that I can give everybody who's signed up at this point and everybody who listening to this recording jumps in to the workshop. I know. Okay. So Anybody, this is a bonus for everyone who has purchased, you are getting it. For anybody who has not purchased, I want to sweeten the deal for you just a little bit. Okay. So the price right now is only $97. It is going up to $197. Okay, the next price point is $197. For anybody who's like on the fence, you're not certain, I'm going to add a bonus, and this is what it is. I'm going to send you guys a preparation video to prepare the karma drama before the workshop. So this is going to be a video specifically for all of you signed up and for all of you ready to jump into this experience and helping you to release whatever drama karma is going on in your life right now and help you to seed and plant the proper motivation before we dive into Rave Cosmology. Does that sound like a fun bonus? So some of you already get it. So, hello, Melissa. I'm glad you made it. All right. So, if you want this bonus, give me a yes. I know some of you are already getting it, so I know you guys are already like. And so I want to sweeten the deal of the $97 for those of you who are like, I have to come to the Rave Cosmology workshop. It's a really, really low price. And you're going to get a bonus. And the workshop is going to transcend your experience of human design, but also ground you. So while I'm talking all this woo stuff, I want to tell you something. I'm very grounded. Okay. I have a lot of experiences in the woo, and I really believe in pulling in our guides and working with our guides, but I am a double Capricorn in astrology. And I also have very, very businessy business channels as a projector. And I'm practical. So I'm a line 5. I'm practical. I have 2 Capricorn, my rising and my sun sign. So what that means is I really want to put all of this stuff in a way that transforms your life. So the way it's going to transform your life is when you know how to implement the human design piece in your day-to-day life. When you implement the human design piece in your day-to-day life with the spiritual elements, you're able to walk in this world with your home, your mortgage, your grounded awareness of how to pay the bills and not sacrifice your uniqueness or your spirituality to do so. That is part of my mission and my purpose on the planet, because that is the piece that I've been discovering my whole life. First, I had this spiritual awakening, and my life was very out there. Then I got very grounded and pulled in the corporate grounded model, and then realized, oh, wow, my spiritual isn't really working. So then I was able to integrate the spiritual with the business, and it was quite a journey for me. So if you guys are in that, where you're trying to navigate the spiritual, some of your experiences with the grounded and your human design, this is definitely the path for you. This is the path where we go super deep into this spiritual awakening. We go super deep into the guides. Okay. The guides that are not just here to give us like, ooh, what a cool experience, but the guides that are here for the purpose of helping humanity awaken, which is what the voice did. Ra Urihu's encounter with the voice was the download and the information for 2027. It was the information to take our lives now and prepare for this time in history. And so, with that knowledge and with that education that came through his vehicle, he has helped thousands of people. Thousands of people. He could not do it on his own. He had to have the support of the multidimensional forces that were tapped in and were connected to the unseen world, so that greater knowledge how to put together the neutrino streams with the chakra system, with the Kabbalah, with the I Ching, and all of these things that we love and dive into in human design, we each have that capacity to get the downloads from the education guides. Now, the education guides are different than your guides. So it's a step by step process where you're led to these higher dimensional beings, the ones that are here to align your purpose. So this is what Rave Cosmology is. It's the aura mechanics of the encounter. The aura mechanics of the encounter. And so what we are going to do before Saturday, if you decide to join today, we are going to give you guys a bonus video on how to prepare the drama karma, so that you can begin receiving the downloads from your education guide. Now, the most important thing that I've seen is when you start tapping into these frequencies, you need to know how not to misinterpret the energy. Look around, how many people are misinterpreting the vibrational frequencies coming through? I mean, you can tell. You can tell the difference, especially with people in your inner circle. So during COVID, I noticed a lot of people were having awakenings. A lot of people were feeling the shift of the vibration and the frequency, but if they were newbie spiritual people, they got thrown way off into schisms around the conspiracies and the this and the that, and like it was addiction field that could cause spiral downward. Okay, and I'm not saying I look at conspiracies and now I can tell. I'm not saying I know every single one that's truth and not truth. I'm not going to ever claim that. But I don't ever sit here and claim for sure, I know for sure that this conspiracy is true. I know for sure this conspiracy is true, because the truth is, as long as you are human, you don't know. You don't know. And you may think that you're certain, but part of being in this human body is being uncertain. You know what's certain for you, for correct for your life, for your direction, and that certainty is all you need. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be given every single fact about what's going on with all the multidimensional worlds while you're human. You might feel like the questions lesson. I've had experiences where my guides come and say, here's all of your answers. And it's not like I can grab hold of it, but I don't have any more questions for a little while. Okay, for a little while. So you can get the feeling of peace knowing all is well from your guides. But if you were to say in this huge earth plane with all the multi dimensions and all of the people that are doing all kinds of crazy things on the planet, and all of the control and people who are in power, hidden power, like all the things happening on the earth plane, very few people have access to all the knowledge. And so the beautiful thing is getting really comfortable in the not knowing, but interpreting what's correct for you, and then knowing how to interpret these higher dimensional beings. Okay, so I'm really going to push this ticket to the Rave Cosmology if you haven't grabbed yours yet, because I want you to come. The 3-hour workshop is going to be a deep and profound opening for you to understand how your guides work, how many guides you have, where the guides are coming in. Also, we're going to talk about, and I don't know if we're going to do it Saturday or if we're going to do it in the certification program, because anything you invest in will be applied to the certification program if you decide to go on. Because what happens is that the certification program goes through the mystical way, and through the Rave Cosmology. So, in other words, you're understanding how to awaken to the mysticism in your life. And mysticism is such an interesting word, but what it means is seeing the sacred. It means being where you are right now in your life and seeing the powerful sacred that is brewing and bubbling within you. The sacred of how you got to where you are, the sacred of your origin story. Because we are all miracles, and we have all had profound experiences to get us here, whether you see it as mundane or you see it as a miracle. That's your interpretation of what it took for you to awaken to where you are now. And because I know about the shifting of the grid, the force, the awakening, the power that is coming on the planet is going to intensify. The confusion is going to intensify. The AI obviously is going to intensify. The the existence that we're operating within, the rave epoch, meaning the collective aura mechanics. Okay, so all of that is changing, the epoch that we are existing in. Okay. Where should people be within their human design knowledge? Okay, so this first workshop is going to be for everybody. Okay, so the first workshop, which is the 3-hour workshop, is going to be an introduction into Rave Cosmology, and really anybody can come this first workshop. As far as the certification goes, we're going to talk about that at the workshop, and then I'm going to work with people individually on whether they're ready to do that level of training, and they'll be ready to go forward in the depth of what Rave Cosmology is about. So the 3-hour workshop is going to, it's like an introduction to the Rave Cosmology. So, okay, the workshop is on May 11th. The workshop is on May 11th, so we still have quite a bit of time. How much time do we have? And so, let's see. Today is only, oh my God, I had to do it in 2 weeks because I'll tell you why. This Saturday, I have my mastermind, my personal mastermind that I take. The following Saturday is my mastermind group, which, by the way, I really want to do a shout out to everyone in my mastermind group. I am so incredibly honored and blown away by all of you doing the mastermind. The experiences and what's going on with that have been so profound for me. So that's on the 4th. The 11th is the Rave Cosmology. Is that too far away? You have no plans? All right. So you guys have to jump in. So I'm doing a lot of shout outs. I already know who the winner is for the raffle because I'll tell you why. We drew it before. What we did is we created a spreadsheet. We marked your tickets based on how many friends came into the Facebook group. And so we then did a randomizer and pulled the winner for one ticket for the Rave Cosmology. So I'm going to announce the winner. And then, like I said, I will draw one more, but it will be at the 197 rate. So the 197 rate will be the next price point. So if you guys are kind of like on the fence a little bit, now's the time. You get a bonus. You get the 97 rate. You get the preparation video so you can prepare, because I know it is a long time away. And so we're going to do a preparation drama karma clearing, which I just love to say drama karma. So yeah. Now, before I do the drawing, I'm going to give you guys one more chance to get the $97 rate. I'm going to put it in the chats. And then our price is going up to the $197. And then the next drawing will be the $197 rate, which means that if you already purchased the $97, you'll still get the $100, that $197 ticket to buy anything you want in our store. There are some things you can't buy, but that's just obvious. Maybe not. Maybe we can do everything in the store, in the Foxy 5D store. Okay, so I already know who the winner is. Now, before I give the winner, I want you guys to give me some type of drum roll, some type of emoji, some type of... I said you had to be here live, and I see that she is here. So this person sent out a lot of invitations. This person also had people joining the group. I don't know exactly how many tickets she had, but you can still get tickets. So the price goes up as soon as our technology can figure it out. I'm going to be freaking honest with you guys, okay? The price is going to go up. I want to give you a time, but the problem was Davidian's like, look, I've got a couple of things and I need to figure out how to change the price. Do you guys go crazy? Like, is technology hard for you guys? Do emotionals get the morning decide? Yes. Emotionals always get the morning 24 hours to decide. And because I did a bonus, we will for sure give at least 24 hours. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think Davidian needs at least 24 hours too. He's, technology. It's always like, okay, how do you do these things? So, all right. Did everyone give an emoji? Everyone give an emoji? Emoji. If you're listening to the replay, give me an emoji. We're about to announce the winners. Let me see if Instagram's still going. Let me see my Instagram peeps. Hi, Instagram. Give me an emoji, please. Oh my God, it's so crazy. It's like all these people, and then it looks like they've all jumped off on Instagram. Okay, I love you, Instagram. All right, Candace, thank you. You're so funny. Lucille won. Do you guys want to have a psychic moment to see who won? Thank you, Lynn. Your technology, Melissa? I know, right? The landline. I don't know. You're guessing? All right. Who else wants to take a guess? You guys know this person. She actually won something already before. She's lucky. She's a lucky winner. She's always winning. I don't know what it is. When I do the randomizer, she pops in. Do you guys know? I'm going to give you the psychic. I'm going to let you guys have a psychic moment and see if anyone's going to pull her up. Lucille? Everyone thinks it's Lucille. It's not Lucille. Oh my God. She nailed it. Nikki Colbert! She has won before and she won again. So congratulations to Nikki. But so there's two things. If you didn't win and you absolutely do not want to do the $97 deal, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but $97 is a really, really great deal. You guys know I give bonuses. Last time I did a bonus class, I'm not going to say what all my bonuses are, but there will be lots of bonuses. And so $97 is a really good deal. And it's also an investment towards the certification, because that's how I roll now. $97. It goes a long way. And the workshop is going to really be a spiritual, profound experience. So, all of you who are in the workshop already, I cannot wait to have this journey with you. Really, really excited to take the journey with you. And Nikki, congratulations. So, give her a shout out, you guys. If you're listening to the replay, give her a shout out. Are you excited? I'm so happy for you. And also, it's really fun to have your husband in the Facebook group. Okay, so here's the other thing. Even if you already bought your ticket or you're buying the $97 ticket, you still want to go in the drawing. Okay, so we're still going to add to it. We're not going to throw any of the names away. So anyone you invited into the Facebook group is still there. So the way to do this is to go to the Facebook group, the Spiritualized Entrepreneurs, and invite a friend. Every invite is one ticket. Every person that joins is 2 free tickets. I think there's a way for you to add people to the group too. So adding people to the group is 2 tickets. Okay, so you can still get loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of tickets for the next drawing. But even if you buy the $97, like I said, that will go towards the store. So you can buy something in our store. You can use it towards the certification when we do the Rave Cosmology certification. So for those of you who didn't win, you can still get the opportunity. Okay. So the $97 is going soon. You have 24 hours if you're emotional to wait and feel it out. And let me see if you guys have any other questions. So also on Instagram, I started a thread and I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. It's a broadcast. So what I'm doing is answering questions on that broadcast thread. So if you haven't done it, jump into Instagram and jump into the broadcast thread. And there were questions there about Rave Cosmology. And so I want to, I have a great question from Chow. Is Chow still here? I saw her here. Okay, so oh my gosh, she had the best question. I'm going to answer this and then we're going to close up for today, unless there's more questions coming in. Okay, so Chow asked, is not self-channeling common? Okay. Not self-channeling common. What a friggin' brilliant question. Okay, so I really have to answer this, and I do believe not self-channeling is incredibly, hugely common. Okay, so when you see people who are channeling, how do you know the difference? That wasn't her question. She just asked, is not self-channeling common? So the way to notice the difference, there's a couple of things. I think that some channels also they'll be in a line for some of it and then misinterpret through the not self for other parts of it. So I think that channels who seem to try and channel information about me can never get it. I think it's the line 5. So I do believe that there's a projection field. Also believe that if you know their human design, you can spot the not self-channeling through their transference. And this is all of the things we're going to talk about, but it's such a great question. Have you seen not self-channeling? Has anyone seen not self-channeling? You can sometimes just get an intuitive hit that people are off with the channeling. Yeah, Chow, such a good question. Brilliant. Excuse me. Brilliant question. Brilliant question. Okay. So, Lauren K. Wyatt said, first time using. And then she wrote, so this is the stream in Instagram. By the way, so if you're not following on Instagram, thank you, Sonny. If you're not following that stream, do it. I don't know how to use it yet because I don't know, whatever. I'm learning. But she said, how does it help us grow? So in Rave Cosmology, the way it helps us grow is you want to think of your guide as a personal teacher from the multidimensional wisdom fields that can only give information to you through your vehicle. So I also believe that the information, Ra talked about that the download from the voice went to a lot of people, but he interpreted it in a way that was only through Rahu. I believe that was the same date that the guy who reads the palms downloaded his information too. So your vehicle is unique to you, which means that no one has your DNA code. No one has your DNA code. And nobody can translate the information coming through from your education guide. No one can do it except for you. And it's providing you with pieces to your life purpose and the purpose for the humanity, the purpose for yourself, the purpose for everyone in humanity, especially on your fractal. Well, I would say probably primarily on your fractal. So the not self channeling is a huge thing, and also the blocking of the channeling. Everyone is getting this information. Everyone is getting the wisdom from their guides all day, all night. And what most people are doing is causing chaos because they don't either believe it or they are too freaked out to get the information. And so they just get bombarded with the frequencies and then they're blocking it. Seriously, that everyone, according to Ra, has guides and they're trying to get the information through. And most people have like what you remember who was the character in the Peanuts who had like that dirty cloud around him? Like that dirty cloud is when you don't know your human design. And then also that dirty cloud also misinterprets the frequencies when they do come in. So I like that term actually. I'm going to use that, the not self-channeling. It's huge. It's huge. All right. So really, really good Pigpen. Thank you, Nikki. Pigpen. The winner won again. The winner won again. All right. So, all right. So, who is getting the $97 ticket? I hope. Is it Schroeder? Is it Schroeder or Pigpen? Oh, Schroeder was the piano guy, right? Or I don't remember. All right. So, I'm going to put the link one more time. For those of you who want to jump in, you're ready for the $97. For those of you who are already signed up, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so excited to do the workshop with you guys. An error occurred. Okay, so that's my sign that we're going to end for today. Let's give another shout out to our winner for the workshop, and I hope you guys jump into the $97. If not, invite a couple more people into the Facebook group, and the more people you invite, the more tickets you will get for our next drawing. I don't know when I'm going to do the next drawing, but stay tuned, and stay tuned for the bonus as well. The bonus is for everybody who buys within this 24-hour window, because some of you are emotional. I don't want to rush you, and you'll still get the bonus. So whoever buys within this 24-hour window, the $97 will get this special bonus from this live stream. All right, you guys, I love you all so much. I can't believe how much I love you. Please, everybody, give me a heart right now because I'm exploding with this group. You guys are so amazing. Linus and Pigpen, right? I'm Lucy. Fling, you're more Lucy. You're the Mina bossy one, Melissa. That's so funny. Yes, Lucille did this great picture of my my Snoopy, who's my best friend, Bijou. She's also my spiritual guide. And I can't wait to show it to everybody when you finish it, Lucille. So give us a little love, everybody. And I'm super honored to share this intel with you guys, whether you join or not. We love having you in the community. We're super honored to guide you through this merging of spiritual awakening and human design. I really believe you have to know human design right now in the times that we're in. It's a crazy time in history. You need to understand how to interpret these energies properly. So, thank you for being part of this community, and it's really fun to see you guys. So fun to see all of you. Lorena, so good to see you. Lucille, Nikki, Vicky, Melissa, so fun to meet you. Sonny, Lynn, so good to see you. Jennifer's here, yay! Let's see, Melissa, Nikki, Kelly, Terrell. All right. Sonny, I love you guys. All right. Give me a couple hearts. Mwah. And I'll see you guys in the Facebook group.